This video was brought to you by Squarespace. From online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the perfect place to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. Hello, welcome back to TGTV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my BMW M3. Now, yobbing around aside, I'm on my way today to Rindt Vehicle Design. I'm going back to Rindt to go and check out my 911 Targa, which hasn't actually been on the channel for a while. There has been more of a saga with that car. Basically, I blew the thing up, the alternator went, it blew up the battery, it blew up the ECU, and they've had quite a palaver trying to fix the damage that I kind of caused to the car. There was a smell of battery in the car. I didn't suss what was going on. Effectively, I just carried on driving it up in the middle of the Cumbrian hills or whatever they are, and the thing blew up on the side of the road. So I'm going now back to Rindt to check out my Targa. It's fixed, it's ready, and it's back ready to take back into my possession. I'm gonna go and check it out, and then it's gonna get trucked to my house, I think. Or actually, I might even leave it at their new storage facility there as well, which I'm gonna go and check out. There's been lots of C63 Black Series, lovely stuff. There's been lots going on there. There's been some premises growth, and they've also got some cool projects on the go. They've got an old Lambo, which they're doing a resto mod thing to, and they've also got an electric 911 with a twist. So I'm gonna go check all of that out, check out my Targa, and see what else Brian and the team have been up to. So let's catch up when I'm there. We have arrived then. First things first, welcome back to the channel to my M3. There may well have been a video very recently with my M3 on the channel. Now, many of you will recognise in there, this is where most of my Targa metalwork and paintwork content was filmed, in this barn. However, here at Rindt, we'll go in there in a second, it's very noisy in there a lot of the time, as you'd probably imagine. However, Rindt have just taken this barn and they've got another one there as well. So this is all being developed, and my Targa is in here. So we're gonna have a little look, and there's a load of cool cars. Brian caught lurking. Anyone who's been on Rindt's Instagram will recognise Brian lurking up there. He doesn't want me shoving the camera in his face. I'm not going to shove the camera in his face today. He's got away with it. However, this then is a work in progress. This is Rindt's new barn, and this is all going to be developed in here. However, there's just some temporary storage, and as I say, the barn behind, that is going to be storage as well. There are always some gems in this place. Got 930 turbo here. This is a flat nose. Many of you remember this car from the Thruxton track day. This car was there on display, proudly on display. It's since been bought, and the owner has put it in storage here with Rindt. Now, lots of nice bits and bobs in here. I'm gonna do a little walk around. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My Targa, she is in full working order and ready to roll. As I said, I've turned up in my M3, so I can't take her home today. Shut up. But she is alive, she is well, she's in full working order with brand new paint and everything. If you've missed the build series with this car, then I implore you to go and check it out, and check out some of the amazing work they have done with this car. It is literally like new. It's literally a brand new car. Inside and out, it's absolutely perfect, and I cannot wait to get it out in the summer. But for now, it's going to stay at Rindt in storage until things warm up a little bit. I do plan on coming back actually, because they've got some exciting stuff that I'm going to come and film. But I will get this out, and I'll do a little drive video as well, because it's been a long time since it's been on the channel. I love this car. I absolutely love it. It is a birth year car. There we go. I've just dated myself, and it is a complete matching spec to my Carrera GT, solid black on Ascot. Love, love, love. And I've actually got a Rolex GMT root beer from the same year that I was born as well. So I've just wanted a 911 and a root beer GMT from the year I was born. I think it's a very cool combo. Anyway, going counterclockwise here, got told off for that before. We've got a 924 Le Mans. This is Brian's personal car. He's actually got a really cool story about this car from his childhood. There's a really cool sentimental reason why he's got a 924 Le Mans. But there were only 30 of these in black, apparently. Only 30 of them, so very rare car. We've got Pagoda build for someone very high profile that I'm not allowed to name. Next up, we've got a green 928 with probably one of the best interiors I've ever seen. right-hand drive car. Look at that in there. They just don't do that sort of thing anymore. I don't know what that is because I'm an idiot. Again, I know that's a Triumph, but I don't know what that is either. I think that is off to Switzerland. That is a 911E, I believe. Soft top Targa, actually. But that, I think, is sold, and that is off to Switzerland. All of these cars will appear, when they come up for sale, they'll appear literally on Rint's Instagram, and then they will go within the same day. Nothing ever hits the website, nothing ever hits Auto Trader. They literally just go in and go out, so you need to be following them on Instagram. This is a really cool car, actually. This, believe it or not, is a one-owner car. It's also the only 911 of this generation that's ever left Stuttgart with a tow bar, and the original owner of this car was gifted it by Ferdinand Porsche. Unbelievable story, and he used to tow his yacht with this particular car. So it's got a factory tow bar, really, really rare option. And every single thing that's ever been done with this car has been documented. Brian even told me that the owner documented every time he put fuel in it. I don't know if that's a joke or not, but it gives you the idea of the amount of paperwork on this car. I think that is now for sale. I think that's now for sale. So contact Rint anyway if you're interested. That is an unbelievable car and an unbelievable piece of history. An absolute unicorn of a car, and it's obviously right-hand drive as well. UK car. We've also got, I believe, a 1968 left-hand drive 912 as well, and that has just gone up for sale. And it's got Steelies on it as well. So I want your thoughts on it. Get in the comments. What do you think? Do you think I should get Steelies on my 912, or should I leave the Fuchs wheels that are on there, which aren't technically 100% correct? I do like Steelies on a 912. I do like them. But that's the left-hand drive car, and I think that is now up for sale. And it's not huge money, this one. This is more along the lines of the money for an entry-level 912 that's fully sorted. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a right-hand drive 912 AFN car. Original black on black colorway. Absolutely, fully 100% sorted. This car wants for absolutely nothing. And this is around £125,000 for this 912. I mean, if you want one, it doesn't get better than that. And there's also a Targa Sport there as well. So you can tell this is the Sport because it's got the wider arch kit. It's got the whale tail on the back, like mine. So mine is actually a standard narrow-bodied Carrera with the whale tail on the back. Some purists will tell me off for that, so you can see the arches there aren't wide. And on the Sport variant, the arches are wider, like the 930 Turbo, and get the arch guard as well, which I've actually pinched for my 992 Turbo S, and obviously it's a Targa top there as well. So you've also got in the front of the Sport this as well, the kind of front spoiler there as well. But actually, on my car, I don't have that. I'm mooting whether or not to get that front spoiler, that front splitter there to put on my car, but I think I might leave it as it is. It's a narrow body car. I don't know whether or not it suits having that on the front. So that I think they've just sold actually. But again, hit their Instagram. By the time this video goes out, all this information may be incorrect, and that flat nose turbo is absolute chaos. That is not for sale. That is a customer's car. You missed that. That was for sale. In the other side, the paint shop, you will recognise where that is. I had my Target in there. I actually did a whole video about the spraying process. This, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, this was a cab, and the guys here are so clever. They've turned a narrow body cab into a wide bodied coupe. Look at the metalwork. It's so good here. Honestly, if you've got anything that you want to do involving a Porsche, they can literally do it. That is a 69 car that's been fully redone. And we'll catch up with that in weeks when it's done. So, as I say, that was a convertible. It is now a coupe. It is now a wide body car. Unbelievable. This car here then, this started its life. This car here then is a 70s car. However, what the guys here at Rint are going to be doing, believe it or not, they're going to be putting a modern GT3, but pretty much everything from a modern GT3 into this car. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it won't fit, and you're right, it doesn't fit. However, the guys here are basically creating a chassis within a chassis. They're cutting out a load of space, the back seats and everything. That's all going to be cut through, I believe, from what I've been told. The arches are being extended out. Again, these are just temporary arches. They're not actually going to end up like that. Basically, they're creating a whole load of space in the back, creating another chassis within it, and it's going to have all modern GT3 runnings in there. So PDK, the modern engine, absolutely everything, the active suspension, all that kind of nonsense inside a classic shell. I can't wait to see that. I actually don't know how they're doing it, but there we go. It's the magicians here, what they're doing. So we'll catch up on that project down the line as well. So lots to look forward to. And also here, this is a race car that is being built for a client. He's just had the engine built in the engine room, and this is turning into a race car. It looks so sick. inside here being told no brakes. A very useful thing to have labelled. They think of everything here. So that is a work in progress as well. That is obviously not finished. You now join me then in the other part of Rindt, a bit that you will also recognise. This is a lovely, lovely pagoda. Basically what they're doing now, they're just preparing the Friday night walk around. You'll notice it's got a little bit darker. I was chin wagging, I got very distracted. So they do some pagodas here. So if you've got a pagoda or there's a car you've got your eye on, you know there's going to be some work on it, get in touch with Brian here and it will give you a heads up on what we'll need doing and the rough costs associated. But that's a sorted one and that is a very nice car. That's something I wanted in my garage. It's on the list. I would like one of these. They've gone up sort of 20 odd, maybe 30% in even the past 6 months. Crazy. This car moving off here then, we will get onto very shortly. This car is a car lots of you will know all about and will recognise. This is a story car if there ever was one. We will get onto that. You do not want to miss the story behind this one. So what's happening now? They're preparing for the world famous Friday night walk around. Anyone that's followed Rindt on Instagram or even seen their Instagram will know there is a Friday night walk around. Brian goes around all of the cars and gives everyone an update on exactly what they've been working on this week. So there's a car over here in the corner. That is a fully sorted 912. I believe that's Polo Red. This has just come in. So for anyone that wants to get into classic Porsche and doesn't want to spend huge money, this car has literally just come in. There is a bit of a backlog at the moment with work, and it means that this car will be released for very little cash. This is going to be 35 grand. It's a good runner, it's a strong runner, and it needs some tarting up. It does need some tarting up, ladies and gentlemen, but for 35 odd grand, that is a very good running way into classic Porsche motoring. That is actually around what I paid for my 912. It's a left-hand drive, same as this, a scruffy car, but a strong runner. So that is a good car. That is literally just come in, and if it hasn't gone by the time this video goes out, I'll give them a shout. But that's a very good candidate for buying, running around in, enjoying, and booking in for some work in the meantime, and just enjoying it whilst it's kind of actually carefree motoring and not in a condition where you're really kind of hugely precious about it. But that is very cool. And with the price of 912s going to where they're going, a black car like that is great news. And it's got Steelies, original Steelies. They're worth wedge, actually. They're worth a lot of money, those wheels. I've looked because I wanted a set for mine. They're worth so much cash, but that's a very cool car. So get in touch with Brian about that. This is another new unit as well. It's a 964 that's had some amazing paintwork done on it. There's always cool stuff here. There's literally Porsches wherever you look. And that up there is becoming a racing car. So what Rindt are now doing is assisted racing. They'll have several racing cars built properly, doing along with their motorsport truck outside. So what that actually means is they'll give you a fully well-built racing car to go racing in, and it's all going to be liveried up. So the next time you see that, it will not look anything like that at all. If you're looking to get into racing and a relatively sensible entry point, that is going to be good news. So doesn't look like good news now, but it will do, I promise. So then, this is a Cayman. You've noticed this. It's a GT4. Or is it? This car then, reported heavily shock by the Daily Mail, was the car that was put online that got smashed up in Kent. Someone took a hammer to it. It was a bloke that took a hammer to it, smashed the life out of it, and it was actually incorrectly reported as a Carrera GT in the press at the time. And not only that, what people didn't realise is his girlfriend or partner or a lady friend, shall we say, actually put expanding foam in the engine as well. Completely destroyed the car. Rindt have bought the standard Cayman and have turned it into this with full OEM parts. It's basically a GT4. Unbelievable. So you wouldn't have any idea. It's all been completely redone, full OEM GT4 parts. Actually looks really good. And you're wondering, why would you do such a thing? Well, actually, it needed repairing, and why not do something cool and just give an idea of what these guys can do. So, absolute magic, and that is actually up for sale, and it's going to be very, very affordable indeed. So that'll be up for sale as well. So get in touch if you want a GT4 a fraction of the cost. Actually, they've done something in the interior. Let's see if it's open. Yes, it is. Inside then, it was a horrible cream leather, and I think they did some work to the inside, so to speak. But Rindt have fixed that as well, and they've actually gone for black leather and Alcantara. Really good news. And it's a manual as well, so it's actually a cracking car. I find that really interesting anyway. Walking around here then, there's all sorts going on. Actually, that That then is a project that I'm going to share with you all very soon. That's going to be finished very, very soon. It's not going to look exactly the same as that, but that is actually an electric 911. It's got 2 electric engines in it, or motors, should I say, and there's lots of cool details. Now, some of you will be shouting in the comments saying you shouldn't electrify a 911, but actually, why the hell not? And again, an example of what the guys here can do. But there's going to be a grand reveal of that coming soon, and it's not going to look like that, but you get the idea. Just a little teaser. Through then. There's all sorts going on here. Rins are going to be racing this soon as well. That's going to be turned into a racing car. Again, updates on that coming. This then is the Lamborghini project I'm going to be covering very, very soon as well. That's about to be finished. Comment below what that is. If you know what that is, what model that is, comment below. I'm going to tell you anyway. It's a Lamborghini Jalpa. Or Yalpa, I don't actually know how to pronounce that, but they've gone to town on this thing. The engine's been rebuilt, it's been retrimmed, repainted, absolutely everything has been done. There we go, to prove I wasn't lying. I haven't seen one of these driving around, ever. It's a lefty, and next time you see it, it's not going to look like that, but I'm going to be covering that car finished very soon. As long as I can remember, as long as I've been coming to Rint, that has been in kind of project status. So it'll actually be really cool to see that done. And if they're really unlucky, I'll get out and have a drive in it. And I'll film a video as well. For now then, ladies and gentlemen, it is actually a Friday night and it's time for Brian to film the Friday night walk around here at Rint. So I'm going to get the hell out of the way and get on with my weekend. Hopefully you enjoyed this little update from Rint Vehicle Design. As I say, if any of those things have caught your interest in the video, or you want to ask Brian a question, or get in touch about what's possible, what's doable, or you're thinking about buying a car, make sure you get in touch with the guys here, because there literally isn't anything they can't do, to be fair with you. For now, thanks for watching, do subscribe, blah blah blah, and I will see you all very soon. Ciao. Now then, as I said at the beginning of the video, this video was brought to you by the one and only Squarespace. If you've ever thought of setting up a website, whether or not that's for a passion or for a business, Squarespace is the perfect place to do that. They've got loads of tools that make your life a lot easier and make your website beautiful and effective. They've got loads of different tools that just make your life that bit easier when trying to build a website, particularly if you've never done it before. Squarespace's tools will guide you right through that. So even things like mobile devices, most people view their websites on mobile devices these days, but Squarespace enable you to have a desktop and mobile variant of your website very, very easily. And if you're building a website for business, things like subscription models and email campaigns, those sorts of things that are crucial to running an e-commerce business, Squarespace have got in the bag nice and easy with a load of tools that are available at your disposal to build into your website. Another key thing for your website may well be membership areas. Again, that's something Squarespace have thought of, and those tools are built into the tool, enabling you to build that into your website nice and easily. There's loads of different designs to choose from, and you can really get your creative juices flowing with all the various creatives that Squarespace have at your disposal. As I said before, if you use the link below, you'll get 10% off your first website and domain with Squarespace. The link is right there below. Hitting that will not only enable you to build a beautiful website at a great price, but it also supports the channel as well. So thank you very much for each of you that have clicked on that. And as always, when you build a website, I want to see it. So keep sending me those messages on Instagram DM, because I want to see them all coming in and I want to see what you're creating. Crack on and enjoy.